It's a beautiful day and we decided to enjoy our outdoor kitchen with black Angus steaks, delicious fries,
Surprise fries, actually.
and a refreshing dip. Stay tuned.
For our steaks, we have chosen some beautiful New York strips, 4 of them here. And as you can see, straight out of the freezer, they are rock solid. And that's a little trick. I'll show you now how you can do this without planning ahead. You know, when you see your family coming up the driveway and you're thinking, oh shit, not them again.
Anna's, be nice.
Nah, not a chance.
Yeah,
but
bad chance.
this is a good trick and you can use this. It's so easy. Straight out of the freezer, into our sous vide, running at 53 degrees. And we just dunk them in and clamp them here on the side so they don't float around. And then they can stay in here for a couple of hours, no problem. And then we can continue with the rest. For our surprise fries, we're going to use zucchini. And that's a good way. We get them served often here in Greece in restaurants. And they're really good zucchini
They're
fries.
excellent methods.
Yeah, they're so
and
beautiful.
And a great side dish also.
Yeah, it is. It's a great thing. Now, we can either cut them into sticks like you would potato fries, or we can cut them into rounds. And I say I prefer the rounds because then you get skin and meat on all the fries.
Yeah, and they're more protected while frying, actually.
Exactly. And you avoid that getting some which is only the meat without the nice texture of the skin. So we're going with rounds here, around this thickness, I would say. Like, what, half a centimeter? Yeah. We will put them into our bowl here and give the first one a pinch of salt. So we start dragging out some of the moisture. We want them to dry out a little bit so that they get more crispy when we fry them. And we continue with the next one. Last one's in, and pinch more salt. Give it a little bit of a toss here so they're all covered in salt. And now we're going to set this aside for half an hour, 45 minutes, while we will prepare our dipping sauce. For this, we're going to use 250 grams of Greek yogurt as a base, and then we're going to go in with some finely chopped dill. I don't know how much, a couple of tablespoons, maybe 3. It matches nice with zucchini and yogurt. I think that will do it. Let me give that a run through here. You want more than this? No. I think that's fine, huh? Put that straight in. And then we add a couple of tablespoons of homemade aioli. There's a link down below how to make this. If you don't like the garlic element, you can use plain mayo, but let's see, 2 tablespoons, huh?
Yes, that's plenty.
It's perfect. And a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. 1, 2, that will do it. Pinch of sea salt from Peloponnese.
You love to say the origins, huh?
Yeah. Freshly cracked black pepper. And last but not least, the juice of, let's say, half a lime initially. Then we give it a taste. I don't want it to be too, but I want some lime in there. You can also use lemon if you so prefer. But now we're going with lime. And we give that a good mix.
The aroma has hit me all the way here.
Yeah, it's excellent. And dill goes so nice with zucchini fries. It's really, really good. So let's just taste if it's correct. Perfect. Nice. Doesn't need salt. No more lime. It's just perfect. The zucchinis are nice and sweaty from the salt. Dragged out a lot of moisture. So we're ready to move on with the fryer. We're going to do a simple flour mixture here today. You could also do a batter if you want to, but now...
Which we're going to make in another episode, of course.
We have here, I don't know, was that 150 grams of flour? And a tablespoon of sea salt. You want them to be salty. And a tablespoon of spearmint. You could do rosemary, thyme, whatever you feel like.
Basil, anything dry, yeah.
Yeah. Give this a good mix. So it's all well combined. And then we start with the first batch of some of our zucchinis in here. I don't know, how big shall we make the batch? Say 10 pieces. We don't want to drag down the oil too much. So just give them a toss here, so they're nice and covered. Like that. And then we put them here in our basket. For in the beginning you don't want them to touch, because then they will stick to each other, so try to keep them a little bit separated here. There was one little one hiding there also. There we go. And in they go. And then shake it a little bit here so that they don't stick to each other until they start frying. And now you can hear them coming. And now we just keep going until they're nice and golden brown. I think they're about there. And remember here, since they float, flip them around once in a while so that you get even browning on both sides. I don't want to take them further. What do you say?
No, they're ready.
So let's just let them drip here for a second.
And then we place them on a paper.
Yes, we want them to get rid of the excess oil. Like that. And then we take them out here. Oops, that rolled away. Get the excess oil. And I can see I can fit many more in the next batch. It's not a problem. It doesn't run down the oil temperature, so I'm going to go in with some more this time. There we go. All of them done.
They look mighty successful.
They look really good. So now I'm going to leave them in the oven to keep warm while we deal with our steaks. Our steaks, they have been swimming for 2.5 hours now, and that's the beauty about sous vide, because you can just let them go until you're finished with everything else, because it doesn't matter if they are there for 2 or 3 hours, it's perfectly fine. But let's get them out of the bag so we can see what we're dealing with. There we are. Well, they are perfectly cooked, but they are definitely not very pretty. But that will change. But they are perfect medium rare. That's a certainty. So
and that's the important thing.
Yeah, exactly.
We will take care of the looks in the second stage.
Exactly. So let's get them out here. And now what's important to get a good crust is that you want to take some paper towel and then you want to pat them dry. Because if they have a wet surface, then the surface will not brown, then it will just boil, and that's not very nice on a steak like this. And actually, one thing here, don't be in too much of a hurry to put them on the grill immediately. You actually want the surface to cool down just a couple of degrees before you put them, because then you maintain that perfect medium rare wall to wall and not overcook like with a gray zone. So leave them here for 4 or 5 minutes, and then they're ready for the grill. Our gas grill is preheated, all 5 burners on maximum, so it's time to make some sear marks. But first, I'm going to give it a little bit of oil. Just a little bit. And on with our steaks. And that is the sound of music. That was not even a minute, and they don't need long when they're done like this, but look, getting nice sear marks here. Look how perfect that looks. So let's give them a 45 here. So we move them to a new position so we get beautiful cross marks on our steaks. Let's have a look here. And if that's not gorgeous, I don't know what is. Absolute perfect. Look at that. That's nice steaks. Now the steaks are beautiful. Now I just want to give them a little bit of love here on the fat cap. So 2 tongs, and then keep them standing here for a little bit. It's a nice little trick. And now you see how beautiful the fat cap became. Perfect. That's the yummy part. Look at it. Nice. Let's get them off, and then we're going to let them rest for, I would say, 8-10 minutes before we're ready to cut into them. That was long, 10 minutes. It's always like that. But they are so beautiful. I mean, if that is not just perfectly beautiful steaks, I mean, they are gorgeous. So let's see. Cut off the end piece here so we can see how we did. And look at that. Look at that.
Oh la la.
Perfect, medium rare. Look at it, wall to wall.
Yeah, actually, you don't
No
have
gray
any
zone, no
zone.
gray,
Yeah,
exactly nothing. Absolutely nothing. But fortunately, I'm on this side of the camera, so I get to taste straight up.
Lucky devil.
But don't forget the salt, because these are not seasoned, so we're seasoning them right here. Bit of sea salt from Peloponnese. Perfect steak. I mean, absolutely 100% perfect steak. Freezer, sous vide, grill, and you're eating like a king. But the fries, they were the surprise, so let's give those a try also. Take one here, dip it in our nice yogurt sauce. Get a lot of that. That's super tasty. That goes so well together. They're not very crispy. If you want them to be very crispy, you will have to go with a batter. But they are good and they are light, and the profile, flavor profile with the zucchinis, with the dipping sauce, magnificent. This is going to be a great meal today.